I just wanted to come and watch what I thought would be a civil conversation, and it turned completely different.
I heard a loud bang, which I figured a shot would be a little bit louder, but I just saw it hit him.
Breaking news. Prominent conservative activist Charlie Kirk is shot and killed while speaking to a crowd on a university campus in Utah. Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Jessica Moore. Charlie Kirk assassinated at an event on the campus of Utah Valley University. That is in Orem, Utah, about 40 miles south of Salt Lake City.
Here's what we know right now. Kirk was speaking to students from an outdoor tent when he was shot in the neck. He was rushed to a nearby hospital by his security detail and later pronounced dead. One person was taken into custody at the scene but has since been released and is not believed to be the shooter. Campus police and the FBI are investigating.
Charlie Kirk was only 31 years old. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. So many details have been coming into the newsroom this afternoon as the search for the person responsible continues. Dick Brennan joins us now with the very latest. Dick?
Jessica and Christine, Charlie Kirk was a major conservative political star. He often toured campuses to reach out to young people. Kirk was speaking at a campus event, and about 10 minutes in, a shot was fired. This was the moment when Charlie Kirk was speaking on campus to students when a shot was fired. We froze the video, but a warning, it is disturbing. Officials at Utah Valley University said it's believed that Charlie Kirk was shot from a campus building 200 yards away.
Let's be advised, UVU in Orem has had an active shooter at the Charlie Kirk event. We're getting several calls.
All of a sudden, I hear up top, I just saw him grab, it looked like his neck. It sounded like it came up from behind me up the hill, and it was just one pop. And then we all dropped to the ground. And then they told us all to run.
Everyone got down. Everyone was so scared. And I just grabbed her. And my boss is with us, which is her mom. She was like, run. And we finally got up and followed the crowd. And I just kept holding her. I don't even have my shoes on. I left my keys. And everyone's just like scared.
FBI Director Kash Patel said in a statement, agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. The 31-year-old Kirk is the founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization.
An incredibly popular and essential figure in the Trump movement in recent years, and someone who virtually all Republican leaders would point to as someone who has brought new support, especially among younger male voters, to the Trump campaign and continue to back that coalition.
CBS News has confirmed that there have been threats against Kirk, who had his own security detail. And minutes ago, President Trump issued a statement saying the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Once again, no suspect is in custody at the moment. Christine and Jessica.
All right, Dick, thank you.
Now to the campus where this happened. The Utah Valley University campus remains closed, classes all canceled, and those on campus have been told to shelter in place until police officers can bring them to safety.
It's so dire there. Police are currently going building to building, escorting people off campus, and the roads going to that campus are closed. The platform that airs Kirk's show reacted to his death just a short time ago.
Here's the announcement as it was made live on the channel Real America's Voice.
Wasn't able to survive the blood loss from the wound to his neck. There'll be some announcements soon, is what I'm told. And then we'll have to sort through what happened today, who's responsible, and try to understand how something so senseless could occur.
More information on Charlie Kirk now. He first appeared in the conservative political space more than a decade ago.
When he was just 18 in 2012, Kirk founded Turning Point USA. Then in 2016, he enthusiastically backed then candidate Donald Trump after he clinched the GOP nomination. That same year, during the general election, Kirk was an aide to the president's son, Donald Trump Jr. He soon became a regular presence on cable TV, recently guest hosting on Fox and Friends weekends. New York Congressman Mike Lawler spoke with CBS News New York just a few minutes ago, condemning the violence.
This is truly shocking, and I think it's a moment in which we all have to reflect as a country in the way we talk about each other, the way we talk about our political disagreements, the way we engage on these critical issues.
Lawler went on to say no one should be subjected to violence, let alone violence that is politically motivated.
And more elected leaders pouring in with their reaction. J.D. Vance sharing President Trump's Truth Social tweet saying, "Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord." Governor Kathy Hochul condemning the shooting, saying political violence has no place in our country. And Governor Murphy in agreement, saying we must unequivocally condemn political violence. We will continue to monitor the latest developments in the assassination of Charlie Kirk and bring you more details as we get it. Be sure to watch the CBS Evening News at 6:30. Maurice Dubois and John Dickerson covering the breaking news and also offering expert analysis.
Political violence must be called out, and it has to stop.
Right now at 5:30, we continue to follow breaking news. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk shot and killed at a college in Utah. Police are still looking for the suspect who opened fire at the crowded outdoor event. Good evening. I'm Jessica Moore.
Welcome back. I'm Christine Johnson. We begin with the death of Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated while speaking at an audience at University in Utah.
President Trump announced Kirk's death shortly after the shooting. Here's what we know right now. A person who was initially taken into custody is now not believed to be the suspect and has been let go. Kirk, the co-founder of Turning Point USA, was shot in the neck while he was sitting under a tent at Utah Valley University. Stunned spectators were heard screaming as they ran away. Kirk, 31 years old, leaves behind a wife and 2 children.
And just a few minutes ago, lawmakers in Washington paused for a moment of silence. House Speaker Mike Johnson asked that all members in the House chamber and those in the gallery rise for a moment of prayer for Kirk and his family. Do stay with CBS News New York for continuing coverage on this breaking news story. We'll continue to provide updates as they come in this evening.